out and from whatever keys that you type on. So that's kind of cool. We can also change the color of the keys. So we can make it yellow, green, blue, purple, pink. Oh, we've got a multicolored one as well. So yeah, whatever sort of color you want for your setup. Let's go with blue for now. Let's see, what else have we got? FN shift, change the mode. Oh, hello. Okay, so this is an entirely backlit mode. So that's another thing that we can do if you were inclined to be this tacky when it comes to keyboards. What's the next one? Oh, hello. Look at that. Now it's lighting it random. Is it? And if I press something, now we've got the rainbow effect going all throughout the keyboard. Now we've got this sort of ripple, kind of wavy kind of effect if you're into that sort of thing. Now we've got this subtle kind of glowy type effect, which again is not influenced by the keys that I type. Now we've got this sort of thing, where the wave, the wave of lighting, the wave of depolarization goes across the keyboard and back again. And it's sort of, is it changing color? No, but if I wanted to, I could change the color of it. Ooh. If I were to have it on, I usually have it completely off because it kind of drains a bit of battery, which is kind of annoying. But if I were to have it on, this would be how I have it on. Typing random stuff, because now, like when you hit a key, it sort of lights out from that. And this is just like really freaking cool. This is like a big reason why I got this. Yeah, I got the RGB version of this keyboard when they emailed me. So I was like, oh, I would love to be able to have these cookies in the light. It's kind of cool at night time. I'll be honest, I don't usually have them on because they do drain battery. Let's talk about the feel of the keys now. So it's sort of hard to say. So if I compare it against the Magic Keyboard, which is I suppose the other keyboard I use, these, there's very little key travel, and you can hear what this sounds like. Whereas this, there's significantly more key travel, and that is, I suppose, sort of the main thing when it comes to the feel of the keys. They feel very, like, when you hit a key, it just like feels really good. And I apologize that I'm not an official reviewer of mechanical keyboards, so I don't know what terminology you're supposed to use to describe the feel of keys. But the main thing I would say is that when I need to, for example, plan a video or type out long emails or do anything that involves lots of typing, this is the keyboard that I go to. I could go to this one, I could go to my iPad Pro Magic Keyboard, I also have the old Apple keyboard somewhere, but this is the one that I go to just because the feel of the keys just makes me more, it encourages me more to write stuff, to type out stuff, and I think that's valuable because most of the stuff I do on the internet and making money on the internet revolves around typing a load of stuff, like planning videos. So that is sort of what the keys feel like. Let's talk about charging now. Annoyingly, I can't actually find the cable that comes with this, but it's a USB-C cable, because this is a USB-C port. It's a braided, sort of nylon-y feeling cable. It feels high quality stuff. The really annoying thing about, this is one of my gripes with it, is that you can't charge it with a USB-C data cable. You can only charge it with a USB-C power cable. So my charger for the iPad and for the MacBook doesn't work on this, annoyingly. You have to use a specific power key. And so I've got this random red one from Amazon. This is like an Amazon Basics one, and this one would work to charge it because it's just a power cable, and I connect this to the power cord. If I were to connect this to my laptop, it wouldn't work because it's not it can't be charged over a data connection or something stupid like that. It's kind of annoying. It took me a while to figure that out, but I guess it's a small price to pay, and I just kind of plug this into the mains and then plug it into the keyboard, and then it works. So any USB-C cable will work for it. It's just it can't be data that goes through. It has to be power only. I'm not really sure why that is. I'm sure they could have changed it, but yeah, that's the slightly annoying thing about the charging. In terms of battery life, like if I have the lights enabled, then I had to charge it every 3 or 4 days, which is quite annoying. Like it was actively annoying to have to charge this every 3 or 4 days, so I'd be switching to this. And then I realized, like 2 months into owning this keyboard, that I could just disable the backlight. And now, like, I disabled the backlight, like, I don't know, 3 months ago, and I haven't had to charge it since, just because it's not run out of battery. So I don't know what the actual battery life is, but in like 3 months I haven't had to charge it once I disabled RGB lighting. So if you're a fan of these, like, fancy RGB colors, then you'll have to charge it a little bit more often, but I don't actually have them enabled, therefore I don't charge it very often. Final few things, so I've got the version that does have a numpad. I'm not sure they have a version without, but to be honest, I never really use the numpad. It's kind of helpful if I'm typing in a lot of numbers or if I'm doing a lot of data entry. I don't really do that anymore. I've got a team of people who work with me who now do data entry for me. So honestly, I don't really use the numpad for a lot, but I don't know, just makes it look a bit more beefy having an numpad than not having a numpad. Then in terms of Windows and Mac compatibility, so this is Control, Windows, and Alt. So this is kind of the design is for Windows keyboards. But when you have a Mac, Alt becomes Command, which makes sense because that is where Command will be, and the Windows key becomes Alt. So like it's super easy to use as a Mac user, but it is a keyboard that's designed more for Windows, so you won't see a command key, you will see the Windows Alt setup. But if you build a muscle memory of how to operate a Mac keyboard, you just kind of know you've got Command, you've got Alt, and then you've got Control, you've got Shift.